Here's a general overview of your final project. The details are contained on the web page that itemizes all of the criteria. Basically, you're going to need a common navigation bar with 4 links, which I've got at the top here. And they're going to have the JavaScript rollover effect so that when the mouse moves over, it does have a change occur. And they will all be linked to the pages as they are labeled. Right now we're on the home page. And your home page will include the navigation bar, as will all the other pages. As well as that, on the home page you will have a single table with 2 columns, and in the left column you will include a 300 by 300 pixel image of your creation or of your choosing that you will create in Photoshop or edit in Photoshop, and make sure it is 300 by 300 pixels. Then you'll import it and put it in the left column of this table. In the right column, you'll include your last name, comma, your first name. And then you'll actually create a style and attribute that style to the text inside of this right-hand column. If I go to the next page, the div page, what you're going to do is create a main div, which will be called container, which will hold all the content, and you will style it with a border so that we can see where the edges are of that div tag. Inside of that div tag, you'll nest 2 other div tags, one for the left content, which you'll name left content, and one for the right content, which you'll name right content. In the left content, you'll just add a paragraph of text. Then you'll create a CSS style to style that text. In the right div tag, you will embed a YouTube video. Going over to the table page, you will create a table with 2 columns and 3 rows. In the first column, you'll have 3 uniformly sized graphics of your choosing, and you'll import them and put them in the table cell on the left in each row. In the right hand column, in each row, you'll create a short description of the image that we're looking at, and you'll have one at the right of each image, again in the right table cells accordingly. You will also attach a class style to the text that will be placed inside of these table cells. Remember to refer to the spec sheet for the details on borders and margins and so on. Finally, on the last page here, it's the image map page. You will create an image in Photoshop and bring that image into Dreamweaver, bring it inside of a table that you can see here, and create 2 hotspots within the image, one that will link to the home page and one that will link to the div page. That one's the div page. We'll go back to the image map, and this will link to the home page. Now, as well as all of this, the title for each page will simply be your full name, so be sure to include the title when you create each HTML page. Your home page will have the name index.html, and the subsequent pages will have names that describe what they are. And you will create links again on the one common navigation bar that will be present on each and every page. Now let's just go back to Dreamweaver for a second and just take a quick look at that directory structure one more time. You've got your CSS style sheet, one style sheet for all your styles, your home page, which is named index.html, and then we have the other 3 content pages. This one I call test divs, which is my div page. Tables.html is my tables page, and imap.html is the image map page. And then of course there is a folder containing all of my various images that were all saved inside of that folder. So I want you to also keep the directory structure as you see it here. A folder for all your images, and then all of your HTML files are in the root, as well as the CSS file. Now if I go back to the instructions page, all of your particulars and details are included on this page. And you will hand this in either on a USB stick or off your hard drive, and you will also upload this to your live web account, and that is your final project.